This is an e-bike like I've never seen before. It's called the Victrip R6, and at first glance, it looks like a normal moped style e-bike with a really cool orange paint job, but when you look a little bit closer, you'll notice something. It's a shrunken down version of a moped style e-bike. Thanks to its 16-inch wheels, it's great for shorter riders and kids. It also comes with a 750 watt hub motor and a 48 volt 13 amp hour battery for plenty of riding time around the neighborhood to your friend's house. It also has a claimed top speed of 28 miles an hour and a claimed range of 25 to 35 miles. So what does a 16-inch wheel e-bike like to ride? Let's find out. So besides having 16-inch wheels, one other really cool thing about this bike is it has an orange frame. And I don't know how well this comes across on camera, but this orange paint has like a metallic pearlescent sort of look to it, so it's kind of yellowish in the light. That is probably the coolest paint job I've ever seen on an e-bike. You can see our controller popping through here. We must have to put the seat on ourselves. And it looks like this comes with a tan seat. Tan and orange is a really cool combination. That's the specs on the controller there. Looks like it's an 18 amp controller. And I see a key fob dangling off the handlebars here. We've got our user manual. This is a really light feeling charger. 4.6 volts, 2 amps. Everything is all miniaturized on this bike. Speaking of small, they give us a 13 amp hour battery right here. So there's the info on that. 48 volts, 13,000 milliamp hours, so a 13 amp hour battery. We've even got some bolts for a water bottle holder right there. And a really tiny rear shock for a tiny little bike. You can see how big this motor in here is on the rear compared to the rear wheel. It's almost like a giant scooter wheel. There's 16 by 4 inch Chaoyang fat tires. I didn't even know they made 16 by 4 tires. We've got a big 750 watt motor on here. It peaks at 1,000 watts. We've got our equally tiny front wheel right here. It comes with 160 millimeter disc brakes on the front and rear. And this is like a stamped steel rim. It's kind of heavy for what it is, but it is 16 inches, so not as big as the usual 20-inch e-bike wheels. Trying to be extra careful here, man, because I don't want to scratch this paint up. It looks so nice. You've got these keys here, and you have to press the unlock button, and then you have to press the power button, I think, and then it turns on the display there. As you can see, there's actually no controls on the handlebar there. Got our headlight installed, and we also have front and rear turn signals on this bike, which is pretty crazy because this bike is like a third of the cost of some of the bikes that I have, and it comes with turn signals and more features than those bikes. And you can run them both at the same time for hazard lights. We've got some nice rubberized grips right here. And then you can see we have our headlight, our turn signal, and our horn button. And when you press the turn signals, you can see on the top that the turn signal's on. You can also see on the display, it tells you when the turn signal's on. This is how the horn sounds. It's really loud. We've got our display here, which actually isn't that big because we've only got this much screen and then the rest is just bezel. And then it's telling us our voltage down here. It was showing us our miles down here, but I don't know what happened. Then we got our battery bar here, mileage, and it tells you when our headlight is on and off on the screen here. Then obviously it's a speedometer too. And over here we have an on-off switch, and that's not actually for the power of the bike, that's actually for the throttle. You can see when we switch it off, throttle is turned off, and then it says our pedal assist number on the display. Another weird thing on this bike is that it has a switch for our pedal assist number, so you have 1, 2, and 3, and then it changes on the display over there when you switch. So you don't have any up or down arrows. There's also no real way to get into like the P menu from what I've seen, and I don't know how to control the screen. And over here we have a full twist throttle, which is really awesome to see on a bike like this. And when we twist it in pedal assist 3, we get up to about 29 miles an hour. That is with no load, so we'll see how fast we're going when we get this thing out on a ride. Our brown seat is actually kind of firm, but I think it should be good enough. Our rear taillight turns on with the headlights, and it is a brake light. And obviously there are the turn signals on there too. So this is how I look on the R6. I can easily flat foot this thing. So I think that this is definitely a bike for shorter riders and people who are shorter, like kids or just shorter adults. But overall, it's pretty comfortable for me. I'll put the kickstand down right here and then I'll pedal backwards. Oh man, yeah, I'm not pedaling this thing. This is super uncomfortable for me. Maybe if you're a child, this would be okay, but yeah, you're not really pedaling this thing. And I'm 5'9", about 150 pounds. If you're any taller, especially forget about it. You'd have to be a lot shorter to be able to pedal this thing comfortably. And there are no gears on this bike, there's no shifter, and it's just a single speed back there on the rear. Overall, I think for just kind of cruising around town, this is gonna be a good bike for that, but don't buy this thing if you wanna pedal it, that's for sure. And I gotta say, I love the paint on this thing. It looks so sick. It's like this pearlescent orange with yellow in the light. It just looks awesome. I think the styling's really cool on this bike. It's hard to go wrong with a moped style bike. They do look really cool. I think the brown seat was an interesting choice too, but you know, it kind of goes with the orange pretty good. Overall, I'm really not a fan of the security system that comes with this thing. Just give me a power switch. If I want to take the battery with me, then I'll take the battery with me. But I think it's kind of silly to have this security system on here because you can literally just pick this thing up and walk away with it or throw it in like a truck or something. So I don't know why that security system's on there. I guess it's nice to have if you're into that kind of thing, but I think it's kind of loud and annoying and just kind of adding an extra step. But overall, guys, the Victrip R6 seems like a pretty cool bike so far. You can get it to wheelie if you really try. But everything seems good on this bike so far, but we're never gonna know how it is until we get it out on the road. So let's go ahead and take this thing out for a ride and see how it does. So getting this thing out on the road now. It's not the most powerful bike. It might sound like I'm being kind of hard on this bike at first, but I'm really not. This is a really, really cool bike, and it's nice to see something different for once. It's just that, you know, startup procedure kind of isn't my favorite, and, you know, it's obviously not going to be the most powerful bike. I think we're dealing with a 750 watt hub motor on this thing, but really I think this is geared more towards just somebody super casual who wants a small e-bike to ride around on. You know, I think this is definitely geared more towards smaller riders and younger kids and stuff like that. This isn't really geared towards somebody who's, you know, a full-size adult or bigger. And I'm 5'9" and about 150 pounds, and I'm kind of awkwardly on this bike. I really can't pedal. I'll show you guys the pedal assist on this thing, but there are no gears. There is no shifter. It's just one speed. So right now I'm in pedal assist. I'll switch it down to pedal assist 2, and I can't switch gears because there are no gears. So pedal assist 2, like, I'm pedaling so awkward. I feel like a bear on a tricycle, man. But as a throttle bike, this is super fun to just ride around. You know, you've got your nice full twist throttle on here, and it's really cool to just be able to go and cruise around on this thing with your full twist throttle. It's pretty responsive once you get going. Off the line, it's a little bit sluggish. The screen is really hard to see in the daylight here. It's noon, so the sun is high in the sky, and I can't see anything. And one other thing that's kind of annoying on this bike is that it has automatic cruise control, and I don't know how to turn it off. This bike really has thrown me off so far because there's no buttons to interact with the menu. So I know you can't see on the display, but down here it was showing me the odometer, and now it's showing me the voltage of the battery, and I don't know, it just seems to randomly switch between those two things. I did reach out to them and asked if I could change the settings on this, and they said that I couldn't. Again, I might sound like I'm being a little hard on this bike, but honestly, it's more a bike that just kind of has thrown me off so far. It's not a bad bike at all. This is a lot of fun to rip around on, and it's nice to see something new because there's so many 20-inch moped style. Suspension on here is not the greatest, as you can hear in my voice. It's kind of tossing me around a little bit. I would definitely ride this more on the road because the suspension's pretty tough, kind of beating me up a little bit. It is nice to see companies doing something different in the industry here, especially with these 16-inch wheels and everything on here, even though they are small. I think kids and smaller riders were a market that's a little bit underserved with e-bikes. I think that there needs to be something that shorter people can ride and kids and stuff can ride, and especially with kids, something that's not gonna like rip your face off fast and that parents don't have to worry, because this is a pretty gentle and easy e-bike. You know, it gets going, but it's not going to throw you off the back or anything like a dirt bike would. And so we're getting up here to the top speed of about 26. On the built-in display it says 29 right now, but on my GPS it's only saying 26. So the display on the bike is not accurate as far as speed and like your odometer and stuff. It's a few miles an hour off. Could use this on the streets if you're going to just be in bike lanes and stuff, but it really is, like right now I'm in a strong headwind and I'm only hitting 21. And it is super windy out today, so I got to give it the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't really get going that quick. It's not the fastest bike. You can look at that as safe. You can feel comfortable putting one of your kids on these, or like a new rider who's smaller. They're not going to really get hurt or anything. Only thing you have to be careful of is that full twist throttle, because you know, you can easily whiskey throttle that, and that's not fun when you do that. But it does have cruise control. You guys can see that my hand's totally off the throttle now, and we're just accelerating still. So since we're going to max speed, let's test these brakes out. They are cable brakes, and they're plenty good enough to get you to a stop for what this bike's capable of, you know, going maybe 27, 28 miles an hour. So I think that they're adequate, and I don't really miss hydraulic brakes on this. It doesn't feel like I need them, especially since the wheels are so small on this. Doesn't seem like it really wants to give me enough power to pop a real wheelie here. Yeah, it just seems to kind of cut the power when I try and wheelie this thing. So do not buy this as a wheelie machine, that's for sure. You know, off-road, as you guys saw earlier, it performs really nice on that. Again, it's gentle, it's easy, it's not gonna throw you off the back or anything, but it gets going, and it can still be fun to, you know, ride that around on off-road and everything. Sorry about the camera position on this one, guys. This is a lower riding position. I'm pretty upright here, and we have these BMX handlebars, and it's kind of hard to see over them for the camera, but I'm really comfortable on this thing. I mean, the riding position's okay. I would say that for longer rides, it's probably gonna hurt my back a little bit, just the way that I am. And the suspension, you know, it absorbs those big shocks like that, but you know, for off-road, for like just continuous off-road use, it's not the greatest, but it does absorb those big shocks like that bridge back there pretty nice. It's actually a really fun little bike, man. It's very tossable, and you know, they give you some good tires on the front here, and you know, it's just kind of a small, lightweight kind of bike. Again, it'd probably be great for kids. They even give you a little place to mount a water bottle holder down here if you want to do that. So there's no real storage space on this. Maybe you could get a rear rack for this thing. Yeah, there is holes in the frame back here, so you could get a rear rack if you wanted. There's also a spot for rear foot pegs, but I don't know, maybe if you're 2 little kids riding around on this thing, you could do it, but really you're not going to get 2 adults on this, and it probably doesn't even have the power to do that anyways. And we're going to be testing the range on this bike full throttle today. No, we're not helping this thing out. We're going to see how much we can get out of this 13 amp hour battery on here with 16-inch wheels. This thing handles really nice. There's something about just a small tossable bike like this that's just really fun to get out and enjoy. I'm really having a good time riding this thing. You know, I can just flat foot this thing like nothing. I'm at a stop right now and just easily flat foot this. This battery's not quitting on us though, at least from what the battery gauge bar is telling us, because we were just at 4 bars, now we're at 3 again. This is only a 13 amp hour battery, so I'm not going to be getting like 30 miles out of this thing. This thing is so bouncy, man. It's funny. You go over a bump and you bounce like 4 times. This is a really fun little bike, actually. I'm gonna take some photos. Would you look at that? Bike charged up when we were stopped right there. I got full battery again. This battery gauge is giving me trust issues. You know, I think this is what this bike is made for, and what this bike is really good at. Just cruising around on these paved trails like this in the park. You know, if you're planning on buying this for a kid or something, I think they would have a ton of fun on this. All right, so this is that paved hill that I was talking about earlier. You would struggle pedaling up this, so I'm just gonna start here at the very bottom of this and give it some full throttle and see how she does. Oh man, this is painfully slow. But it got up the hill without me pedaling, so I mean, guess it passes. Riding this thing on the street like this, you know, you're gonna have to ride in a bike lane or off on the shoulder, because you're not gonna be keeping up with traffic on this thing. But you know, it does have turn signals, which is a cool feature to have for a bike that's this affordable and everything. Using my turn signals here to turn right, and I don't think they're self-canceling either, so I'm gonna use it to turn left now. I'm gonna let this car know, this Hyundai know, that I'm turning left right here. Front turn signals are always really useful. There's a car trying to pass me. Front turn signals are definitely way more useful, because most of the time you're going to let oncoming traffic know what you're doing. I know we got off to a rocky start and everything, but this bike is actually a lot of fun so far. I'm having a really good time riding this. You know, you don't need to be going a million miles an hour to have fun. You can be on something like this, just a little tossable bike, you know, getting around the neighborhood, going to your friend's house. If you pulled up to your friend's house on this thing, oh man, especially with this color. I'm gonna go here, pedal a little bit so I don't get killed by this minivan. But if you pull up on to your friend's house, look, if you're 7 years old and you're watching this, and you pull up to your homie's house on this thing, unless they have a Sur-Ron, you are gonna be envied by your friend group. You're gonna be the talk of the middle school for sure. If you got cool parents, they'll buy you this thing, especially in this orange color. That's another thing that I like about this bike, is this orange color is really cool. I've never seen an e-bike with nicer paint. They do offer some other colors on this thing. I think they offer white, pink, this orange, and then just regular black. They were gonna send me black, but I told them, hey, you know what, can you send me orange, because I want to check out something that's a little bit different. This bike's already pretty different in and of itself, and to be riding around on a bright orange e-bike with a brown seat like this, it's just a different experience than what I'm used to, and it's a lot of fun. If you want something that's going to stand out a little bit, you know, this is a good option. Things that I really like about this bike are its fun tossable size. You know, this is just, like I said, easily tossable, handles nice, it's pretty responsive, it's quick because you're really down low and your center of gravity is really low. Not a lot of weight because the battery isn't too big either. It's just a 13 amp hour battery. I love the fact that it has turn signals and stuff on here. There's bikes that are way more expensive than this thing and they don't come with turn signals. There's bikes that you're actually going to be riding on the street that can actually do 30, 40, 50 miles an hour that don't come with turn signals. So it's really nice that this thing comes with them out of the box and you don't have to worry about that. Another thing that I really love is the styling on this. The styling is awesome on this thing. I think it looks so cool. And it looks like a regular moped style bike, but just miniaturized, like somebody hit it with a shrink ray and made the wheels 16 inches. Some things that I don't really care for on this bike are the battery size is kind of small, but in their defense, you wouldn't be able to fit anything bigger in this frame. There's like basically one finger of space in between the frame and the battery here, so you really can't fit any bigger battery on there. The thing that I really don't like on this bike is this alarm system, having to turn it on that goofy way with the key fob. Like, just give me a switch, maybe give me a keyed ignition. Like, just give me something simple, man. I don't know why you have to do all that remote and stuff. It's cool if you're gonna be parking this bike somewhere, I guess, but you know, it just adds complication to the process. And again, in this bike's defense, once you figure that out, like, it's pretty simple to use, but it's kind of counterintuitive too, because you have to hit the unlock button to lock the bike, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. One thing that I do like on this is that there is a parking mode too. Since you do have that full throttle, you can just hit the off button on here and it cuts the throttle, so you can't go on the throttle. So if you're just coming to a stop and you want to park your bike but you don't want to turn it off, you can just put it in park mode. Then you don't have to worry about accidentally hitting the throttle. And that's a problem with full twist throttles, is that you can accidentally hit them and then, you know, you can go flying. You should be safe riding this thing at night because you have a nice headlight and you have a nice tail light also. So I mean, that's really nice to have if you're going to be riding this thing back from your friend's house at night after the streetlights turn off, and or after the streetlights turn on, I mean. And you know, your parents won't have to worry about you not being seen by cars. If you're a kid riding this thing around, or just a shorter rider, you're gonna have a lot of fun on this thing. And if you do want to pick this bike up, I have all the links and everything to get you the best price on this in the description. I think they're giving a 10% discount or something like that, 5 or 10%. Helps support the channel, gets you a discount. It's a win-win for both of us. My back is kind of starting to hurt a little bit after 16 miles on this thing. I'm kind of slouched over on it. There's no real comfortable way to sit on this thing because my legs are up really high. My legs are coming up to my chest when I pedal this thing, so I'm gonna say we're gonna get maybe another half mile out of this battery. So 17 miles of range on a 13 amp hour battery isn't bad. Of course, we were on full throttle basically this whole time. We were not pedaling this thing. So I'm gonna hightail it back to the house. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. But if you guys do want to pick this up, like I said, we have the links and everything available down in the description and the pinned comment. Helps support the channel and it gets you guys a discount, so it's win-win for everybody. But this has been the Victrip R6. This is a super fun little bike. I love this thing a lot. And I think if you are in the market for a small e-bike for you, you're a shorter rider, or your kids, go for this thing because it's a lot of fun. But if you're over, I don't know, 5'5", 5'6", it's probably not going to be a very comfortable bike for you, and you're going to have a hard time pedaling and riding this thing like I am right now because the battery's dead and I have to pedal. For now, I'm going to head home, get this thing charged up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Our gas tank is blinking on the display. This is the real end of the video. See you guys next time.